Taj political party leader Ammar Ghoul spoke yesterday about the austerity policy supporting the government in fighting the economic crisis. Plus, the first Congress of the League of Arab Economic and Social Councils and similar institutions was held today in Algiers. And later on in our news program, the first talks bringing together all foreign powers backing rival sides since Syria's civil war have opened. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Dzair News Live, and welcome to this English news edition. First, in our top stories, Taj political party leader Ammar Ghoul spoke yesterday from Algiers about the austerity policies supporting the government initiative in fighting the economic crisis, affirming that Algeria also has no financial revenues to oil prices decline. Ammar Ghoul suggested also decreasing the salary of high-positioned people due to their good income. The latter claims that those people could perfectly survive if the salaries drop.
أن تبقى الأمور في إطار التحويلات الاجتماعية على الجميع لا يمكن.
Algeria is facing a severe situation for the time being. Therefore, it cannot afford to provide electricity, gas and water for all the communities. Algeria, for instance, cannot supply everyone with luxurious life conditions. The support is destined for the needy social classes. But for the others, Algeria has to study that files carefully.
والطبقة الفقيرة والطبقة دون المتوسطة والباقي فلينظر إلى هذا الملف بنظرة الحكمة ونظرة المسؤولية.
The first Congress of the League of Arab Economic and Social Councils and similar institutions was held today in Algiers after a culmination of a series of meetings and gatherings between the founding members in several Arab countries. The League is created to exchange successful experiences between Arab countries and consolidate dialogue routes to achieve a balanced economic development and address social needs. Lamia Ashush for more details.
The first Congress of the newly formed Arab League of Economic and Social Councils and similar institutions was held today in Algiers, in which the leading bodies of the League were elected, such as the General Assembly, the Board of Directors, the General Secretariat, the President of the Board, and the Secretary General of the League.
We are proud that Algeria is the one who held this creation of this league. It is an honor. This space that represents the Arab world would be internationally recognized.
The Algiers meeting is the culmination of a series of meetings and gatherings between the founding members. On this basis, the Algiers Congress is the most important station for the effective realization of the creation of the League of Arab Economic and Social Councils and similar institutions.
C'est un conseil qui peut apporter beaucoup pour l'Algérie.
It is a league that can bring a lot to Algeria and puts Algeria in an international position, which is something we did not have in the past. This is a great gain, which will facilitate partnership and external commerce between the Arab countries.
This event will be the beginning of a serious Arab action and effective coordination between the League itself and the exchange of successful experiences in order to establish and consolidate dialogue rules to achieve a balance between economic development and address social needs of citizens, as well as increase capacity to meet the challenges and withstand economic crisis, achieve cohesion, and maintain social peace.
After it was officially inaugurated on Wednesday, October the 28th, in the presence of the Algerian Prime Minister and Minister of Culture, as well as the French Minister of Culture and Communication, Fleur Pellerin, the International Book Fair of Algiers Silla for its 20th edition continues on its third day to welcome visitors with an exceptional program until November the 7th. Karim Fassakri.
After the official inauguration, the 20th edition of the International Book Fair of Algiers, SILA, opens its doors for the large public from October 29th to November 7th at the Palace of Exhibition Les Pas Maritimes, east of the capital. Many exhibitors from 53 countries are present, with France as the guest of honor. The SILA is the first of its kind in Africa and the Arab region, according to the number of visitors. What is special this year is the great interest of Algerians in books with English expression, especially for the learning of the language.
I'm coming here to buy some books because I love very much English, and I like studying English because it's the language of the world.
Compared to the other editions, previously we had on the first day maybe more crowd than this year, but we know that the Algerian people are very interested in books from different languages, and hopefully we anticipate that the number will increase during this week, yes, and in the following days.
And we noticed last year and the previous years in generally, we have too much people asking about this literature, English literature. The usual students and the workers, they need to improve their English language.
The American Embassy is also present at the fair to give assistance to people who are interested in studying in the United States, and also to reveal the special educational program it has at the level of the embassy.
So what's really exciting about our booth this year is just it's really an opportunity for us as the U.S. Embassy to engage directly with all of the thousands of Algerians who come by our booth every day. What we've done is we've transferred our Information Resource Center, which is the embassy's library that's open to the public normally. We've transferred it from the embassy to the fair. So every day, at about every 2 hours or so, we're going to have conversations, activities, chats, readings of books that will be led by Americans and also by Algerians who speak fluent English. Our embassy staff is also on hand to answer questions about our exchange programs, starting from the high school level, where high school students can actually travel to the States for 3 weeks on an embassy-sponsored program. We also have programs for university students, for grad students, and also for professionals who want to have an opportunity for some professional development in the United States. So we have people on hand over here who are speaking to participants in the fair on these programs. We're also talking a bit about the diversity visa program. The deadline for that program is November 3rd, and so we're talking to people about that. And really, it's just a chance for us to directly speak with Algerians, and we're really excited about it.
The delegation of the European Union organizes, in coordination with the EU members represented in Algeria, a debate program about different literary genres and notable works.
It is a tradition for us to be present at this very important event in Algeria. And this year we have a special happening that is going to happen on the 30th and the 31st here at 9 o'clock on the Salon Dar El Dzair. This is an event around the polar, as you can see in the flyer, and we are looking forward. We are looking forward a massive participation from the part of the visitors and, of course, the media.
The 20th edition of the book fair comes with many surprises and many participants from different countries. It is expected that the turnout this year will be substantially large, seeing the many interesting debate sessions and activities programmed. The International Book Fair of Algiers continues until the 7th of November.
An important contract agreement between the public phone operator Mobilis and Sonalgas company was signed for the latter to be provided by communication and information system which could connect the different structures of Sonalgas with one another in a safe and secure way. Karim Fazakri.
IT network will be allocated to the company of Sonalgas in the framework of an important contract signed between the public mobile phone operator Mobilis and the Algerian Company for Information and Related Technology annexed to the mother company Sonalgas in order to connect more than 800 sites distributed across the national territory and protect them. According to the agreement, Mobilis public phone operator will provide all Sonagas complex technical solutions. This latter represents a special and secured information network through which an important number of regions will be connected. They will be able to exchange all kinds of information daily in a very safe manner.
يتم بفضلها توصيل عدد هام من المناطق.
The task of Mobilis is related to the development and implementation of information system directed to monitor and manage the various activities of the subsidiaries of Sonagas Complex and provide technical solutions as well as ensure that the link between several regions for the exchange of information are secured.
Les structures de Sonelgaz sont dispersées à travers le pays.
The structures of Sonagas are spread throughout the country and need to be connected. Now it's communication era, an era of connected system, and we must connect all our structures so as they could all work together under the same system, and thus we optimize the means and the resources to reduce our costs. What we're doing today, we have already done it with Algerie Telecom, and this simply permits our different structures across the country to work under the same system.
Donc quand on travaille sur les mêmes systèmes, nous optimisons les moyens, nous optimisons les ressources.
Investment in information networks and protection is a new trend for companies to balance the shield of its data bank and a new integrated form of cooperation in protection, immunity and investment.
Over the past decades, humans have been trying to cope with the rapid evolving technologies to be able to fulfill their basic needs to survive, given the fact that the technology has revolutionized almost everything related to our daily basis activities. The question remains unanswered. Are Algerians able to adapt to the fast-changing technologies?
The issues of technological adaptation among humans have grown in importance since the technological breakthroughs. And with the accelerating pace of industrialization, people should learn to adapt with such changes. This is due to the fact that since the technology has revolutionized the society, people who are new to this digital world are unable to fulfill their basic needs to survive. The question that remains unanswered: are Algerians able to adapt to these rapid evolving technologies?
Algerian people nowadays are of course interested in new technologies. They come to events like this, to expositions, to see what we are exposing to them, our new technology, Algerian technology, so they can use it in their life every day. C'est bon, j'ai dit باللي يجيو ويحوسوا عليهم pour les utiliser كل يوم.
The number of internet subscribers has increasingly hiked over the last few years, notably after the 3G network was established. As a result, Algerians of all ages showed tremendous interest in browsing on the internet, which allows them to do several tasks simultaneously.
I think that yes, they are going to consume and use the technology as everyone uses around the world. Because as you can see, the 3G has been deployed in all Algeria, not completely, but it's already done. And they are already thinking, government is helping that to implement the 4G LTE. So the connectivity and the access to internet is going to grow. So people are going to consume internet, use the applications, watch TV, watch movies, series, buy things over the internet. And you can see that everyone already has a smartphone. Even if the connectivity is really small, if the bandwidth is small, it's going to develop. So there's something to do, many things to do, so that Algeria will be an actor in this battle of the technologies. That's why we're here, and we believe in Algeria.
Despite the significant advantages with regards to technology, especially in employment rates, for instance, technology can generate up to $8 billion a year. It remains a great danger regarding basic intellect. Hopefully, in the future, the government will recognize both the drawbacks and benefits and implement programs to help candidates to secure jobs and improve mathematical literacy of the younger generation.
In other national news, Polytechnic School is one of the most important technical schools in Algeria and the first in Africa. It is internationally recognized by its high-skilled graduates. Celebrating the National Day of Polytechnic, students created their own association based on a huge development plan scheduled for the year 2019. Siam Sado.
Among the prominent technical schools that exist in Algeria and Africa as a whole, the internationally recognized Political School of Al-Harraj aims at developing scientific research in Algeria. To this effect, an association has been founded while celebrating the National Polytechnical Day, bringing together old prominent figures, highly skilled engineers and researchers, as well as graduate students to be members of the association.
I am the president of this association. I was elected 2 years ago. And from the first 2 years, we prepared only the agreement. And we had the agreement, and after the agreement, we obtained it on the February 2014. And now, from this step, we are preparing we took the first assembly, General Assembly, 2014 year, and now all is according to the law.
We launched this association in Polytechnic School to develop a startup, Algerian startup in the school, and to project, inshallah, in the next future, another events in the same sector.
During a conference held yesterday at the school, several important political and economic personalities have taken part. Notably former Fission Minister Said Barakat, the Foreign Affairs Minister's advisor, as well as several economic experts and state cadres from different sectors of endeavor, to officially nominate their General Ordinary Assembly to discuss the 2015-2019 development plan, notably establishing new structures and include new specialties, as well as acquiring new highly developed equipments.
Nous avons tenu à organiser cette Assemblée générale ordinaire.
We have launched this association to provide students with the best opportunities to develop their skills, because I believe we do have potentials in our school, and students within the school have to be given a hand.
I'm a president of RMIT Paritech Algeria, and in my professional life, I am an entrepreneur. And at the same time, I am going to manage a centre d'affaires here in Algeria.
The association aims to support young polytechnic students to benefit from a scholarship to study abroad. Association partners say that the tax won't be exorbitant.
I'm a student here in the first year, Prépa EMP Alger. I didn't really know what's gonna happen here. I just came to be present, but I really did like it a little bit. It was for our future.
Through investment its assets on developing and training students enrolled within the school, the Polytechnical School has proven its value and became one of the best institutions in Algeria and Africa as a whole.
And for more details about this topic, we are joined here in our studio by Mr. Belhadi Mohammed Al-Amin, Vice President of the National Polytechnic School Association. Hello and welcome. First of all, Mr. Belhadi, could you please provide us with a brief background about the association?
Well, before diving into details about the association, I wanted to talk about the school. The school was created in 1925 under the name of Institut Industriel d'Algérie. And after that, after the independence in 1963, there will be, after the assistantship with the UNESCO, the school was reopened its doors and became one of the pools of training and trainers in the world, in Algeria. So it covers many specialties like electronical, electrics, metallurgy, industrial engineering, environmental, civil, hydraulics, QHSE, and chemical engineering. So currently the training of engineering students is provided initially by the first cycle for 2 years, and then in order of merit they will have 3 more years of study. What about the association? The association is the Association of Students and Graduates of National Polytechnic School. It was officially created in February 2014.
Good.
It is a scientific and cultural association. We have more than 20 ambassadors in many provinces. We are covering all the territory, Algerian territory. So this is it. The membership about the association, we have members, students, they are automatically members. We have also doctors who come to make their thesis in the school.
Indeed.
They are also members, employees, researchers belonging to this school. The association,
yes,
the association is covering like 3 main clubs. We have the CAP, PIC, and VIC.
All right.
Yes.
All right. What are the main activities of this association, and how does it serve students and the fresh graduates?
Okay. We are looking to upgrade cultural, scientific, and social activities, strengthen the spirit of solidarity among our community, because we are like approximately 16,000 engineers from 1963 until now. So we are a huge community to exchange our experiments, especially professional experiments. That's very important. And then we are looking to provide assistantship and support for students.
Yeah, that's what is going to bring my next question concerning obstacles you face. Do you have a particular message to address, Mr. Belhadi?
Well, I have only one message, is that we are suffering from financial aid. We are looking for financial aid. We signed a few conventions, like with the group LSCOM and the Synopsis events program. So we are like looking for financial aid. If you want, I address this message for industrial. If you want to get, you are always complaining about the quality of our engineers. But if you want to get a high qualified engineers, you must focus on the follow. You have to follow them from the beginning, from the CPE, from the first class. We're looking for financial aid.
And you have told me, like behind the scenes, about the example of this magazine that you have created, and you couldn't even find enough financial support in order to have other editions.
Well, this is the first magazine that have been coming out in 2014, and because of the financial aid, we couldn't publish all their magazines.
Unfortunately.
Yes.
That's it. Thank you so much, Mr. Belhadi Mohammed Al-Amin, Vice President of National Polytechnic School Association. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
All right. So the Algerian-French relations have always been marked with a painful history and very little harmony, yet the will of the presidents of the two countries, especially when the left-reached powers in France seems to challenge everything for the sake of mutual interests and boosting developments. Karim Fazakri.
Just few hours stand between us and the 1st of November, the day which marked the burst of the glorious Algerian Revolution against the outrageous French colonialism. 61 years have passed with the Algerian-French relationships at its 3 levels, political, economic and historical, being marked with somewhat sour inclinations. Yet recently, at several occasions, the relationship has continuously been described intimate, as a new phase to construct a solid trust between the two was reached, especially when the left reached power in France. Several concrete attempts by the presidents of the two countries to boost the economic and political relations forward distinguished the relations this time. Many meetings and conferences were crowned with the signing of several concords and agreements as an endeavor to turn the dark page of the past, which the Algerian people are not ready yet to forget. However, many insist on the obligation of strengthening the ties between the two countries, especially the economic one, without looking back at the harsh past, which constitutes an enormous blockage for sincere reconciliation. With rather twisting and tough tides, the two presidents persist to boost the relations between the two countries in sake of development and mutual interest, even at the expense of the bitter history.
Moving on to world news, the African Emergency Military Forces have conducted training in South Africa. The army is designed to prevent another Rwanda-type genocide by putting boots on the ground quickly before the humanitarian or political crisis in the continent spiral out of control. This is the last major exercise before the continent's first homegrown strike force officially begins operating The force is made up of soldiers, police and civilians from across sub-Saharan Africa that will form the hub of an African standby force. The first talks bringing together all foreign powers back in rival sides in Syria's civil war have opened. The meeting in Vienna will seek to close the gap between the United States and its allies who support the rebels and the key foreign allies of the Syrian government, Russia and Iran. Meanwhile, activists in Syria say a bombing by government forces killed at least 40 people near Damascus. The 4-year-old war in Syria, which began with an uprising against Mr. Assad, has left 250,000 people dead and forced half of the country's population from their homes. In other world news, an exceptional strategic cooperation and coordination agreement was signed between the German giant Volkswagen and the Asian giant China with the presence of the German Chancellor Angela Merkel. These kinds of contracts, like the one recently signed with the Airbus company to buy 100 planes type A320 with a total value of 9.7 billion, only proves the capacity of the German giant to withstand despite the scandal. Karim Fazakri.
Despite the loss suffered by the German giant Volkswagen, and the first in 15 years because of the scandal of manipulation in diesel emission, the German giant wasn't brought down, and the best evidence is the latter's ability to negotiate and nail major cooperative projects and sign in a good agreement between the German car maker and Industrial and Commercial Bank of China. In addition to the contract with Airbus company to buy 100 planes type A320 with a total value of 9.7 billion. The agreement, which was signed in the presence of German Chancellor Angela Merkel, is expected to enhance ties between German companies and the Asian giant, while the Volkswagen scandal of diesel emissions continues to rematerialize. However, this downturn did not prevent the German group to maintain its optimism that full-year deliveries would remain at the record high level reached last year when it sold 10.14 million units.
The end of our English news edition. The news continues on Dzair News channel. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye for now.